Hi, my name is Cristiano Morini. I am associate or reader professor at the University of Campinas in the state of Sao Paulo, Brazil. And then I'm going to share with you some research that I've done in the last 15 years. One of them was related to the trade policy and the customs policy, if they are the same, how they are correlated with one another. And we analyzed this, presented this at the PCAR conference in Marrakesh, 2012. In the context, at that time, we analyzed the international trade crisis and a kind of a customs control that were configured like a trade barrier, because some countries were applying some customs controls to make it difficult the imports, because they were protecting the local economies. And we analyze those kind of connections and trade policies and trade and the customs policy. We, in Brazil, we use some kind of data, local data. It's important to mention that the customs cannot be a bottleneck in the international trade flows. And we know that the bottleneck determines the speed of all processes. And we analyze those kind of aspects, if customs controls can be associated to the import barriers. And we come up with some results that risk management must be uncoupled from the elasticity of demand for imports. Another research we made was about trade facilitation indicators. And those research was presented in two international conferences in Baku and in Malatya, PCART and the INCU conference, Azerbaijan and Turkey. And we try to identify how important is to comply, how important is be part of a kind of a trade facilitation program like AO. And in Brazil, we analyzed, we did a survey with certified companies, and we analyzed at that time the Brazilian trade facilitation program that was called Blue Line before the AO Brazilian program, and we have identified that this Blue Line program contributed to the increasing of importations and the insertion of the Brazil in the global value chain. And another associated question, it was strictly related to the AO program in Brazil, and we confront the literature review indicators related to the international supply chain management with the AO indicators. And we come up with these results that show that mainly the AO Brazilian indicators are non-financial and mainly are operational. And those kind of indicators would help to understand if it is important to be part of a kind of AO program or not. And this is a kind of argument that could be applied to the SMEs to analyze the costs and the benefits of being part of a program like AO. The other research was related to the informal trade. It was a research conference organized by the World Bank and in the World Customs Organization in 2013 in Brussels. And we identified 15 dimensions of the informality in the Brazilian foreign trade. We did an unstructured interview with a couple of professionals who did daily foreign trade in Brazil, and we come up with 15 dimensions of the informality. And of course, it's a very good point to research, and it's not easy to identify because it's related to the secrecy, a kind of a shadow economics. And we also had other research related to the interactions between the business and customs administration. This was published here in the International Journal of Logistics Management with other colleagues. And we had other papers, in, for example, in the World Customs Journal. And we had an additional paper related to we analyzed the AO program as a kind of a public-private partnership. It's another paper. And I would like to thank you all. We are open to collaborate to other researchers. And thank you.